This episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast is brought to you in partnership with ministryleague.com. We would love for more people to discover this show, so please rate and review us on iTunes or your podcast provider. Feel free to share on your social media and subscribe at benandtravis.com for the free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living.
Welcome into the Helping Healing Humor podcast with Ben and Travis. Will the Thrill is back with us. We're excited to do some announcing of some upcoming events. I'm just excited that the weather is warmer, right? I'm thinking just a few weeks ago, we're doing the Snowpocalypse episode. I'm in short sleeves. I'm ready. Had a great time last year in the BATify Freedom 5K, and it is almost that time again. But before we get to all that wonderful information, Ben, Will, how are y'all doing?
I am doing excellent. I've been working all day on getting some things done around the new house. We are trying to get the yard looking good and trying to get TVs hung up in the house and whatever else. So it's been a busy day today doing that and just staying pretty busy in general. So just trying to steal as much time here and there that I can to do those things.
Will?
That sounds terrible. It sounds like Ben's got so much work to do. While Ben's
you're hanging a TV today too, whatever.
That's true. Well, as Ben's working and trying to remodel his house and all this new house and all that stuff, I'm hanging out in climbing gyms with teenagers because we are finally, hopefully, past COVID. Getting back to just kind of the normal routine events that we're doing with the youth groups. So just really enjoying all of that and trying to take advantage of as much as possible.
Did you say you're climbing in gyms or you're climbing gyms? Because if you're climbing gyms, I'm not sure that may break some laws. I'm not sure
hanging
about that.
out in climbing gyms.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we went to climb Huntsville High Point. So
they're not a sponsor, by the way.
They are not, but I would recommend taking your family, kids, whoever.
We would love to have them if you're listening. We would love to have you join the Ben and Travis team.
Super cool place. Barely could open a carton of milk this morning because my fingers are so sore. But it was a good time.
I know
good
that
stuff
feeling.
Going over here.
I know that feeling. Last year, I mentioned the Freedom 5K and I mentioned the Youth Group Challenge, I think. And both of those were kind of responses to kind of everything being shut down because of, obviously, the COVIDs. And to give an opportunity to give youth groups to hang out, to be able to get together and be outside and, be out in that wonderful vitamin D, soak it up. It's amazing. It's wonderful to be outside. We want to bring that back. And so we want to bring back, we call it the BATify Youth Group Challenge, which actually kicks off a little earlier this year. So July the 4th, Independence Day, woo! Get your best Martina McBride rolling.
It was in my head already.
I knew it was coming. I mean,
Ben, there. I was just about to do it.
It was on top. All of our listeners out there just saying that first bar. And if you don't know, you should, right? You should, or maybe you shouldn't.
Or you're thinking about Will Smith, right? Independence Day, Will Smith. So anyway.
Now everybody's like, what are you talking about on both instances? So, anyways, you can go look those up. You don't have to. They're not necessary to understand what we're talking about today.
He punches an alien. It's worth watching.
He does punch an alien. He does. But July the 4th, we're going to kick off the BATify Youth Group Challenge. And that can be any youth group out there who hears this. And so from July 4th to August 1st.
Just executive decision right there.
Yes, right there. August 1st. Easy to remember in the brain. You're going to run. Your entire team's going to run. And the average of all of your runners, like as in each runner, averages this number. Whoever has the highest, and I probably just muddied the water on that, so y'all may have to clarify. Whoever has the most. So if us three were running, and I ran 25, Will ran his usual 55, and Ben ran his 2, okay? and we added those all together and divided them by 3, if that number is higher than any of the other youth groups running, what do they get, Will?
So they're going to get a huge,
It's a good save, by the way. You did it.
A huge belt. We are big 90s wrestling fans around here. So they're going to walk away with a belt proving they are the greatest. Just got a shout out 4 of my youth group members, Sam, Thomas, Eli, and Harper. We averaged 45 miles a person last year. Just looked it up. And so we were well over 200 miles as a team. So we say bring it to anybody that wants some.
Don't just sing it.
Some.
Bring it.
So just a fun, our youth group, we had a blast with it. Those 4 guys, one thing that we need to mention is it has to be 4 students in your youth group under 18 and then 1 adult. And so you can pick that 1 adult out of your church.
1 coach.
1 coach and 4 players.
And you can use
youth group members.
But you can use the coach's numbers too.
You can.
So, but you just can't have like 4, marathon running adults that decide to go against all these kids. So,
right.
So
and also, if possible, if you win, you're going to get, and I don't know if this is a punishment or a reward, you're going to get Ben and Travis at some point. I don't know if depending on your state regulations, I don't know. We may not be able to come in person. It may be Zoom, whatever. But some shape, form, or fashion, Ben and Travis are going to come to your church and have a presentation of the heavyweight, the BATify Championship 2021 championship belt. And then we'll go from there. You never know what might happen then. So you get an early bird registration has opened. It opened yesterday as of the airing of this podcast. The early bird registration for the youth group BATify challenge is $125. And that gets you 5 runners, 4 youth group members, 1 coach or sponsor or whatever you want to call them, an adult. And then every runner added to that, you can add $25, and you're going to get, each member's going to get a medal. And then once again, if you come in first, you have the largest average number, you're going to get the belt, and then a Ben and Travis presentation of some sort, shape, fashion. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
And Will may come for that too. So if you're thinking of Ben and Travis being the punishment, Will might be, the actual reward.
So, we might bring the Will of Will with us.
Oh,
the Will of Will might go with us. For those of you that don't know, when we broadcast the Super Bowl, we had a Will of Will, and every time some activity happened, we spun it, and it was something torturous that had happened to us. I think Ben ate about 2 pounds of Reese Cup.
I did,
and I did a lot of push-ups and sit-ups. So you don't have to do that.
I don't think I've run since then
for your entertainment. So,
hey, we may need to mention too, just on Youth Group Challenge, just because people have asked in the past, we're not counting daily steps and daily miles. If you're at Disney World and you walk 30 miles, that doesn't count. We're talking about intentional exercise, not just
It doesn't have to have a certain time either.
No,
it's got to be an intentional miles. Run or walk or whatever. Is it a walk?
Yeah,
run or
walk works. It just can't
walk,
be. I'm at school
bicycles.
teaching, and I walk, several miles while I teach.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't count. It's got to be.
Yeah, we're going.
You know who you are.
Yeah,
you know who you are.
It's like you get somebody in the summer during Disney World, and they may murder everybody. So we just need to take that.
There is a BATify group. There is a BATify group on Strava, so you can jump on there and keep up with the mileage. And if you get if you have a rival youth group across town, or you're Florence and there's 80,000 churches, they all join that. Then you can keep up with who all you're wanting to go against. So that's the BATify Youth Group Challenge. The other thing that we're doing that goes along with this is the actual BATify Freedom 5K, and that's actually July the 10th. And you can do that with us there in Muscle Shoals. Actually, we don't know the location just yet, but last year we were at the TVA Trail in Muscle Shoals. We all did it there, met But we also had folks like the awesome Will Hester, who actually walked around his neighborhood and preached the gospel while he did his BATify 5K on Facebook Live, which is amazing. And so if you can't make it to TVA Trail, you can do it virtually. You can do it wherever you are. And that is a $50 registration beginning yesterday. And that's $50 registration. And with that $50 registration, you get the medal, which this is the example of the medal if you're watching the video. And you also get the T-shirt along with that. And so $50 early bird registration until May the 4th be with you. So
There's
early bird
so
registration
many dates flying around people's heads.
Early bird registration ends May the 4th. So registration opened yesterday and will end May the 4th. Early bird registration. So that's $125 for BATify Youth Group, $50 for the 5K, and then it goes up to $60 after that. But we'll be sending out wonderful information on that as well.
And as usual, we are really excited to take all of this money and give it to St. Jude. We have been running, Will and I, this will be our third year, I believe, to run the St. Jude Marathon. We went to Memphis the first year. Last year, due to the COVID, as Travis calls it, we did it around town here, and just it was a virtual run. And so we did that. Plan to do it again this coming December, and hopefully be back in Memphis. So all of the money that we collect, that we get, we're going to put towards our team, put towards St. Jude in some way, form, or fashion. Our team money goes straight to St. Jude. And so we have a team running in it, and I would assume that it's okay to send out a invite to you guys to join that team. We would love to have as many people join our St. Jude running team. And it is also Ben and Travis, I believe, that we renamed that team this year. And so you can jump on there, run with us, and collect money for St. Jude in that way. But we're excited to be able to use this run to also put money towards St. Jude. For those of you who are unaware, I think most people know about St. Jude, but you never see a bill. The families who are a part of St. Jude never see a bill. I didn't know that firsthand until a couple of years ago when Cypress had some stuff had a place taken off of his face, and we've never seen a bill from St. Jude. They take care of our food while we're there. They have all sorts of arrangements with places around town to let the kids go to and enjoy Memphis. They pay for your airplane ticket or your gas money, depending on where you're coming from. And they pay for your housing. They're just really, really amazing at St. Jude. So if you're not supporting them in some way, we would really encourage it. The money goes to a good thing. And so we just are excited to do that.
So
yeah, I think the other side of too, what you're talking about being like, if you want to be a part of our team, you don't have to raise money. I know that like Ben, your goal is 3,000, my goal is 3,000. Travis, yours is 3,000 as well, I believe. But we've also got team members that their goal is like 600. But we've also got team members that they just paid to run, and that money goes straight to the hospital and to the work of St. Jude. And anything that they raise is just kind of icing on the cake. And so if you want to be a part of the team, you can just pay to run, and you don't have to worry about setting a certain amount that you have to be, set for.
Right.
And so we would love for you to be a part of that. There's a 5K, there's a 10K, there's a half marathon, full marathon, 5Ks, 3.1, 10Ks, 6.2, half 13, and then the marathon is 26. But I think the big thing that a lot of people don't understand too is there's a lot of people that just go walk it. They just take their time and walk and just enjoy being with probably 50, 60,000 people supporting this incredible place. And so if you don't feel athletic at all, join the group. The three of us don't feel athletic either.
This is the team for you. If you feel that way,
yes.
It's a team for you.
And so there's a lot of things that you can do. Even like age doesn't even matter. I got past by people that were 2 and 3 times my age, and also got passed by people that were 10 years younger than me. And so no matter what age you are, man, we would love to have you be a part of what we're trying to accomplish.
And the most shocking thing of all is that I passed a few people. So you know, go. So if I can do it,
be last.
You can do it. So yeah, I mean that's a separate thing from what we're doing in the summer. That's in December, the St. Jude Marathon, half marathon. But we kind of have connected these things because we run in the summer somewhat as a getting ready for that, but also helping raise money for our team that's going to go and run in December. And so, again, all the proceeds, everything other than the medal, what it cost us to get the medal, what it cost us to get the T-shirts, which, by the way, we may be also asking and trying to get some sponsors for that. If we can, if somebody wants to sponsor T-shirts, if you can't run or don't want to do that, if you want to sponsor T-shirts or sponsor medals or whatever, something like that, then that would be great, because then we can put even more money towards St. Jude. So
absolutely,
so that would be great too.
And just in case I messed up those dates a while ago, here they are to clarify. That early bird opened on April the 19th. That's Monday. That should be yesterday as the airing of this podcast. The early bird will wrap up on May the 4th. So May the 4th be with you. The actual dates for those, the youth group challenge is July 4th through August 1. And the BATify 5K, once again, the $50 registration, that will be ran on July the 10th in person. But you can do it virtually whenever and wherever you would like. And so we'll put those links in the description so that they'll be easy to click, along with our St. Jude team if you'd like to join that. So hopefully I haven't muddied the water too much, but there's the dates. We'll be sending reminders, and also through the podcast leading up to that, we'll also be making mention of it. So we'd love to have you come right alongside us. So guys, we've been talking about running 5Ks, youth group challenges, and that is a fun reminder that I need to start running immediately. And what we've got is a fun question. And if you're watching the video, Will is already prepared for my question. So here it is. So you're running maybe for your life. I don't know. If you're like me, once you get to that last mile, maybe the first 3, you're thinking, how am I going to do this? And you need motivation, and you need it now, or you are going to not finish this thing. And you got to pick one song from your playlist, and you've got Will running alongside you with a beatbox, boombox. We don't want him to beatbox, but a boombox. He's running next to you, and he's pumping you up. What is he about to push play on to get you to finish?
I'm scrolling through my playlist right now. So probably I'm going to go with Thunderstruck by AC/DC. That's probably going to be the one that, just because of the intro, all that. But I'm going to go.
Can we get your ACD impersonation? Can you do the Cobra Commander sound? It had to be the same guy, man.
Thunderstruck. I mean, it's like there's here's the. So, I would probably go Thunderstruck, probably AC/DC just in general. But my sleeper would be Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress by the Hollies.
Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress.
We are not telling anyone to go listen to any of these songs. We're just saying.
AC/DC is a very spiritual, enlightening group. The Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress has two sentimental things. From the soundtrack, Remember the Titans, as they're going up to the Gettysburg, doing all of that, just where they come together. That's the intro song of them going. It is also my dad's absolutely favorite song, and my mother hates it. And so he always kind of rocked out to Long Cool Woman in Black Dress. So AC/DC or the Hollies.
Fun fact is that's the first song I learned to play on guitar.
It's got a great. Yep. It's just got a great rhythm to it. Rhythm to it. Great rhythm to it.
Good stuff.
All right, Benjamin,
what you got, bro?
what is it?
Well, man, I had like all these different ones. Like it depends on like, I guess the mood. You know, if you're talking, probably if I just really needed one to get me through it because I feel like I'm about to just completely collapse and I need something to push me. It's a visual. It's not the actual song that pumps me up. It's the visual, and that is "Redeemer" by Nicole Mullen. You know. And so
I knew one of y'all was going to go with some Christian song right after I said AC/DC.
Well, we got to keep it. We got to keep it.
You knew that it was coming.
Well, it's the visual of Rick and Dick Hoyt, which, by the way, the dad passed away. A couple of weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
just saying, we never saw the dad and Batman in the same place.
That's true. If you guys don't know that story, you need to look up Rick and Dick Hoyt and their story. There's a ESPN thing about it on YouTube. Yeah, 30 for 30. And then just look up Redeemer, Rick and Dick Hoyt story, and it's just that song playing with those guys running, and it's amazing. So
Bradley, do not get any ideas. Don't get any ideas.
I think you should run the marathon.
No. He has an electric wheelchair. He will be carrying me. Just get that visual.
That is true. So that's probably mine. If I just needed it, that'd be it. It's on my playlist.
I'm going to completely disappoint Will yet again. And
go
with the Christian band called Cake.
Yes.
And the great line of bowel-shaking earthquakes of doubt and remorse
assailing. That one was my other one.
So The Distance by Cake. You were accurate. I'm totally going to go with, he's still Rolling Stones. Lauren Daigle. But I'm about to drop some truth bombs here, and I'm hoping that I'm fairly certain this is clean because we played it at Riverside's basketball. But there's a cover of "Come Together" on the Justice League album by Gary Clark Jr. And it doesn't even sound like the same song, but let me tell you, man, the intro to that song is like, I'm totally kidnapping it and introducing every RCA sports team from now on with that song. The golf team, we're going to come together right now.
Have you ever gone on a long journey or expedition? When you think of the words expedition or journey, images may come to mind of someone carrying a backpack loaded down with equipment, pushing through deep snow, ice picks in hand, headed toward the peak of a huge mountain. Or maybe it's an image of someone slashing their way through a thick jungle, or maybe someone riding off with sword in hand to slay a dragon. While these may be some of the more common images that can come to mind when thinking of an expedition, did you know that attending mental health therapy can be a lot like going on one of these journeys? Jocelyn Stevenson, a licensed marriage and family therapist, put it like this: before you start on your journey, you want to make sure you have the right equipment to help you avoid injury along the way. Even then, accidents can happen, and you may want to turn back and give up on the adventure. In therapy, the only equipment you need to get started is a motivation for change. As therapy continues, setbacks such as dealing with negative emotions, uncovering trauma, or feelings of discouragement may leave you wanting to quit. But as with any expedition, if you continue therapy, it can offer you the opportunity to discover new territory and claim victory over your challenges. The therapists at Serenity Counseling in Florence, Alabama, are here to help you when you begin your counseling journey. They will travel alongside you, encouraging, supporting, and advocating for you as you work to reach your counseling goals. Give their therapist a call or click the link in our show notes for more information. Thanks for being with us for this episode of the Helping Healing Humor podcast. Be sure to download our free ebook, 28 Days of Focused Living, at benandtravis.com and receive all of our Helping Healing and Humor extra content directly in your inbox. We look forward to having you join us at the same Ben and Travis time, same Ben and Travis channel.